my employment, whatever you want to call it, journey, oh, full of faith. Like I was like, oh, God is about to deliver me. All right, I did not want to record what I'm about to talk about, but I feel like it is needed. Employment sucks. First of all, employment does suck. Unemployment sucks. You heard it here first. If nobody else is gonna say it, I'm gonna tell you. It's not cool. It's not the bee's knees. And it has really been a struggle for me in so many different ways. Like, oh my God. I think that one, I didn't see it coming, but I did at the same time, right? Being let go from my job. And I didn't want to be there. That's the thing. I did not want to be there. And when you don't want to be in a space, but you don't like the space that you're currently in, right? It's like you're in between two worlds. And that is kind of where I've been for the past 6 months. I've been unemployed for 6 months. I was at my previous employer for almost 4 years. And so it was time for me to dip. Like I was ready to go. Like I needed different things. I wanted to try new stuff. I wanted to be challenged in new ways. I wanted to meet new people. And so my creativity wasn't being expanded. And it was my work life was starting to come into my personal life in a lot of ways. I didn't feel as inspired and motivated to go out and do things, and I just kind of felt stuck. And so while the change was welcome, it didn't get packaged in a way that I was ready to receive and that I wanted to embrace with open and loving arms. With me starting off in my employment, whatever you want to call it, journey, oh, full of faith. Like I was like, oh, God is about to deliver me. I was interviewing with some people and I knew I was gonna get a job in LA. I was like, oh, this is because he must have released me and I'm gonna move to LA and everything's gonna be great. That's why this is happening, because I'm about to go to LA. Cool. Copy. And I'm sitting talking to you right now in a New York apartment. That's not what happened. And it really challenged me. It challenged my faith in God. It challenged my faith in myself. It challenged my vulnerability. Do I share with people? How do I share? When is the appropriate time? How much of myself do I share? And how do I receive help and comfort and solidarity in this moment, even with people that can't directly relate to this experience? And it also made me look back at some times when people were in compromising situations and like, what support did I give them? And how did I show up for them in that way? And can I be better in how I show up for people? And the answer to all those things was yes. I've just been learning a lot, and I've had space to do things that I want to do and space to talk to God. I woke up early this morning, 4 something this morning, and been up since, and was praying to God and reading, and then just getting ideas and things just kind of flowing, right? And there is a space for that in this era that I'm in this season that I'm in. How I connect with people has just been different. Me leaving my house, I've talked about that, and me leaving my house, and the times that I leave, why I leave, all of those things, I'm realizing I'm not drained from work. I'm not drained from putting on a mask and trying to front, or if I don't front at work and dealing with people's perception of me and all those things. That's not a part of my day-to-day experience at this time. And I think the loss of that has helped me gain being perceived by people that I want to be perceived by, being able to explore and love and care on people that I care about, hold space for them and allow them to hold space for me. And it's not at the benefit of an output. When you work, of course, there's a bottom line, there is a timeline, there's a goal, there's something that you're working towards. And because of that, it can stifle how you feel or how you show up in the space, or how people want you to show up, because they're not keeping in mind you as an entity or as a person, but they're keeping in mind what the shared goal is and how we're going to best achieve that goal. And sometimes that can come at the detriment of the people, of the human bodies that are bringing that goal to fruition. And I found that to be my experience, especially towards the latter end of my tenure at my previous employer. I'm in a space right now where I'm like, all right, what do you want? And how can we get you what you want? How can we get you what you want and what you need? And what I'm realizing, what do I need? What I need is just so such an interesting question, because it changes over time. What I need, what I desire, how my creativity and my gifts and my talents are best used changes. And right now, I am supposed to be there for myself. I'm supposed to push myself. I'm supposed to challenge myself. I am supposed to be creator. That creator hat is on, okay? And it is not heavy, but it's a weighted thing, but it's a thing that I find joy in expressing. And I'm just supposed to do so many things. And so I started this. I actually recorded a video to myself one day when I was fed up. I was fed up. That video is not gonna see the light of day because I was fed up, and I think I just needed a release of that to get it out of my body and somewhere else. And so that is a thing. And so please note that I'm seeming calm right now, like everything's cool and gravy, but there have been times within this journey where I'm like, this is not it, like for real. And God, you have me messed up for real. And there are other people that are getting jobs for real, and other people that are getting salary. I'm talking money, coin. And I'm over here like, how am I paying my rent next month? How am I paying for therapy next month? Am I gonna be able to go? All of these things. And that is humbling. And it has taken a lot to even catch up to myself. Sometimes my body is doing things, my hands are doing things, and my mind is behind. There are other times when my mind is somewhere and it is at me with the financial security, is at the place where I am just full of joy and exuberance and all these other things, and my body ain't there yet. It is somewhere else. And so being able to kind of hold space for both of those worlds to exist and not to cannibalize each other, and to be kind to myself and know that this whole thing is foreign territory, but it is needed, and it's a process, and it's something that will benefit me, those around me, those who I'm called to serve with my platforms. And that is what keeps me going. God is what keeps me going during this process. The Holy Spirit really, and it has to help your girl. My friends have kept me going by just listening to me vent and praying for me, and being just people that can come, let me kick it with you for a second, because I can't right now. And I'm so thankful for all of those avenues and resources and people, because you cannot go through new things alone. There are some things that you're going to journey alone, right? Or there are some experiences that are yours to hold, and it's going to be your story that's written, and this chapter can only be penned by you. However, when you're writing something, you have editors, you got proofreaders, right? You have those who are doing the revisions. They're able to see things from a different point of view. They're able to help you make some edits as you're on the journey. You're the author at the end of the day, but there are editors that come into your life. There are proofreaders that come into your life. There are just readers in general that come along and push you. And all my community has really been that for me, and I truly, truly, truly am thankful for them. And so for anyone who is going through unemployment or just a season of transition, you're doing one thing, you feel like you should be doing something else. You started one thing and it wasn't a hit, and now you're about to try again. You were connected with this group of people and y'all not really kick it tough no more. Seasons of transition suck. That's just the point blank period about it. They suck. Trying to get them to unsuck doesn't work. Eventually it won't suck. I can record this video right now and be calm because I'm not having a sucky experience at this time, even though I'm in the same situation. And that's because I'm not trying to make it suck. I allowed space for me to record that video that y'all are never going to see of me being upset. I've had moments where I'm crying and a pillow is soaked because I'm like, yo, this is mad uncomfortable. Like, this is just not it. Like, I'm hella concerned and I'm scared and I'm nervous and I'm fearful, and I don't understand why this is happening to me, and people can see me struggle, and who wants that, and just all of these thoughts. I allowed space for them. I allowed time when I didn't apply for jobs for a second. I think that people be feeling like you gotta be go, go, go all the time, and if you want it, you'll get it, and if you did it at all. Sometimes it don't work like that. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a testament. I have been unemployed since August 2022, and I have applied to things in my city, in other cities, remote jobs, jobs that are in my field, jobs that are not in my field, jobs that I have a degree and qualifications for, jobs that I have way more degree and qualifications for, and then jobs where you don't need no degree, no qualifications, you can just walk in. And when I tell you, the doors have been closed, because when God wants you to walk into something, you walk into it, and when he doesn't, you won't. And by me trying or exerting extra effort to do something that's not blessed by God, that's not approved by God, it sets up me for more failure, for more discomfort, for more discontentment, for more hurt. And that's the very thing I'm praying against, the very thing that I don't want. That's the very season I'm trying to exit. And so I've come to a space of understanding that God he gonna do what he gonna do. That God is covering me, he's protecting me, and that this is a setup for the next. I am 28 and entering into my next years. The rest of this month, the rest of this week, I want this to be the best time of my life. I want to be the most productive, the most effective, the most full of joy, the most in my purpose that I can be. And honestly, truthfully, I wasn't walking in that fully in my previous season, in my previous era. And part of that is because our jobs are demanding, and especially when you're in a space you don't want to be, especially when you're coming up on the end of a journey so you can begin a new one, there's going to be some tension. There are going to be some ridges of those two journeys that bump against each other. There's not always a smooth transition, and that causes things to come up in you that don't feel good. And with that, you get to make a choice, and you either stay in that place and you have some comforts, you have some luxuries of some type of security or some type of whatever, or you get forced out of a place like I did, and then you wallow and you just sit and wallow. And there's time for wallowing, but you just sit there, and that doesn't feel good either, and it doesn't get you any closer to the fulfillment that you're looking for. And the next thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do, is embrace it. Embrace that there is a new horizon coming, that there's a new season, that there's a new era, there's a new part of you that's being developed. There is newness all around you that you're going to be able to experience, and you wouldn't have been able to experience it without the season that you're in at this very moment. And it feels very daunting, but God comes through. He really does. And at the time when you feel like you're at the very, very, very end of your bank account, okay? Credit cards are sky high right now. When you're at the very end of your belief in yourself, you're at the very end of, I don't want to see people see me like this. You're at the very end of turning down invites because you don't got money to go places. Like, you're at the very end of all of it. But you have this sliver of faith, this sliver of hope. That is all that you need. For some reason, you'll continue to push forward and go. For some reason, you will be recording on your camera a YouTube video about your journey and pushing it out in hopes that it helps somebody. For some reason, you'll do that, and it's at your end. It's with the last little bit that you have. That's all you need, and it'll propel you to the exact place that you're trying to go. And you'll have true joy, you'll have true hope, you'll have true faith, you'll have a true story that you can tell people, and it won't be manufactured, it won't be made up. It ain't no social media mumbo jumbo. Like, it's the real thing, it's real tea, and you'll feel it. And when you feel it and you're in that alignment with God, you're in that alignment with your purpose, with why you were created in the first place, before you even get to the end, because babe, I'm recording this right now, I still don't have a job, but before you get to the end, you'll start to see it. It'll get clearer and clearer for you that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing, that you are destined for what you're going through right now. And that even though there are multiple storms, if you think about geography, there are different natural disasters that happen. If you're looking at the California area, there's going to be wildfires. Where there's a Midwest that has earthquakes and tornadoes, and then you go down south by the coast and the Gulf, and then you'll have hurricanes and tsunamis. And they're all things that we wouldn't ask for. They're all things that cause trauma and They make you lose resources and make you in demand of other people and support. But they're gonna happen, and they're destined. Each place has a different one, but they're all there because of the environment causes it to be there. And it's the same for us. We're all gonna have storms and natural disasters that happen to us, and it'll seem like this is gonna devastate me. This is gonna take me out. I won't be able to survive this. I don't have the things that I need. There's not enough in the budget to carry the amount of devastation that I've experienced in this area to get me to a season where I'm back on my own feet and I'm okay. But when you step back and you look at it and how natural disasters are, there's always retribution. There's always a newness that's formed. There's always that phoenix moment where something is birthed from the very fire that caused it to die. And it's because it had to. It had to be let go. That old season and holding on to things, there is a time to hold on to things. There's a time to relish in the good old days. There's a time where the past and our history will be able to give us knowledge and wisdom about the next. And then there are times when you jumping out the window. There are times when you won't know nothing about nothing. There are times where you won't have a roadmap or a blueprint or an outline or a timeline on how things are going to go, how you're supposed to show up, who's going to be there when you get there, what resources will you have. All you'll have is a feeling or a word or the directive or idea to go. And it's going to seem crazy. It's going to seem counterproductive at times. It's going to seem like it don't make sense. Everybody else is going to be looking at your journey and trying to tell you how natural disasters work based off their natural disaster. But if somebody's trying to tell you how to deal with a tsunami when you have a wildfire, it's not going to be effective. Your storm is your storm, and it is made for you. And the skills that you have, the resources you have, the people you have, or the lack thereof will be the very thing that helps you get through your journey. Everything I have, like I have been good, and I want to share that. Okay, I have been good. So I have been able to pay my rent every month the past 6 months. Let me tell you, I'm talking about my utility bills too, my Wi-Fi, still got Wi-Fi in this thing. I've been able to go to dinners. That's been slowing down, I ain't gonna hold y'all, but I have been able to go to dinners and celebrate people that I love and just cultivate a space with them. I'm in New York, and so still being able to ride the train, honey, and all of that. Not Ubers as much, so boom, there's that. There was one time, especially like New Year's Eve, I was out and then I left. I was, you know what I'm saying? It was like hella late, so I was like, okay, you gotta call an Uber, babe. But most of the time, I'm on that train and the cart goes through. I have been able to keep my hair done. I need my braids refreshed, but I've been able to keep my hair done. And my appearance, even with me showing up on my platforms and just in general, if I'm in the house and I'm in the mirror looking at me, that was a thing where I was like, and so I have been able to do that. I have sacrificed the nails and the lashes, something else. Oh, I'm not going to my dermatologist. Shouldn't even take insurance, and I don't have insurance right now. So that's something that I have not been able to enjoy at this time. But there's an exchange that's happening though. While all that is happening, the exchange is I'm more confident in me. I'm more confident in God. I'm more confident in my circle, that the people that's rocking with me right now is supposed to be rocking with me right now. And there was a time where friendships was something that was a trial for me. It was a point where I was like, dang, what's up with my camp? Like, you know? And God has not only restored my camp, but has confirmed that my camp is my camp. My hit is my hit, is my rod is my riders. And so I'm very, very, very thankful for that. My prayer life has changed. And I'm praying down every day. I'm not going to hold y'all. Like, you know, I am praying every day, but it's not like I'm just sitting up with my Bible and every day it's just me and God going in and in and in. There have been moments of that. But there's also moments where God's like, okay, we editing a video today or not? Like, at some point, I realized that sometimes we watching sermons, and I'm watching sermons girly. my whole YouTube recommendations is sermons all the time. And so that's something that I like to do. It stores me up. It gives my faith a supercharge. But there's times when God's like, you trying to sit in my presence is actually a distraction and procrastination for the calling that I have on you. So you're recording a podcast episode today, or you writing your newsletter today, or like what we doing? Because I gave you a directive, and I see you sitting in my presence, but when I told you to go and my presence will be with you, with where I'm sending you, and you choose to sit here anyway, that's disobedience. So what's T? And that is the exchange. That's the unlock. That God is with me through everything and going with me everywhere, and in every directive that he gives me is for a purpose. And that is new and it's exciting. And as I get new ideas and I'm doing new things and new resources, it's on the way because we believe in for that. I got some interviews today, so prayers up that they go well. I'm like, okay, we're going into this new space, this new season that I'm believing is going to come in a new way. And I have a new perspective. That's the biggest unlock. A new perspective on who the freak I am and what I'm supposed to be doing, what my impact is about. I pray about impact a lot. For the past 2 years, I feel like that's been a big prayer point for me. Is I don't want to just be posting stuff just to post. I don't want to be doing stuff just to do it. I want impact with people. Like if I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be spending my time editing something, or if I'm gonna be spending my time after an event talking to somebody, or somebody randomly walk up to me and we end up kicking, can it be impactful? Because if not, it's just a waste. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of effort. And energy is very important to me. Sometimes as a ambivert, introvert, I feel drained after certain interactions, and so I want them to be impactful, and so that way it fills me versus depletes. And that is something that I have a full understanding of, like, what does give me energy even in this space, what brings me joy, how can I bring others joy, how am I supposed to serve in this moment, in this season. And that is the exchange. So when I go back into the workforce, when I go back into a certain space, as I continue to be pushed out with my platforms, with my podcast, my newsletter, with YouTube, I'm showing up different, and it's showing up with an awareness, with wisdom, with humility, with a loss of my ego is less because of this season. So you gotta go through it, friend. Like, it is for your benefit. And I know it's tough. I know you may have cried. I know that people don't understand. You feel misunderstood. You feel unheard. You feel like it's unjust. It is very challenging, and it's causing you to have to ask for help. And that is uncomfortable. I know. And I know, not because I'm on the other side, not because I've had this happen to me multiple times before. I know because I'm in it with you. I'm walking right now with you, and I feel peace. Peace is available to us even at this time. At the worst moments of your life, it's available. And it's only through God. If you try to orchestrate it, if you try to just put some stuff together and hope that it works out, without his guidance, it won't happen. And there are some stuff that I'm just trying, babe. Like, I'm just trying. I'm like, okay, well, God been closing doors, so if this don't happen, he just gonna keep it closed. Like, that is a perspective that you can have. But as far as your emotional well-being, as far as you moving forward in healing, moving forward in freedom and in triumph and victory, doing that on your own, trying to orchestrate your own victory, even if you get it, it won't last as long, because that's not, you can't be your own source. We're so limited that it won't benefit us the way that we are looking to be benefited. And so I hope this has been a little bit of an encouragement. I didn't have really a goal on where I wanted to go with this. I just felt that somebody needed to know unemployment sucks. Unemployment sucks. But your purpose is worth it. Whatever God has you sitting in this moment for, whatever this season is going to mean in the small chapter in the big book of your life, you have to be there for it. You don't want to skip out on it. You don't want to skim the pages. You want to be there because it is connected to the next space and place and people and resources that you are going to be sent to, that you're called to, that you're called for. So stay in the fight. Don't give up. Use your voice as much as you can in this moment. Speak out, declare some things, pray, Tell people what your hurts are. Tell people what your wins are. I got into this fellowship yesterday and I told my friends immediately, like literally got the email, didn't even finish. I skimmed the email, screenshotted it, sent it to my friends, like, this is the win for today, y'all. And was able to just enjoy that moment. And it's because if you read stuff too long, sometimes if you sit with stuff, you start to see it as not as big, it's not important, well, it's not a job, it's not whatever. We got into this fellowship, period, and it's a year-long thing. So even after I get what I'm praying for, it's a blessing that goes with me to the next season. It's not just a now type of thing. And so stick with that. All of your wins, all of your losses, all of your L's, your dubs, your ups, your downs, share them. Your notebook, get you a notebook, write them out. If you got to record a video, a voice notes to yourself, whatever you need, use every tool that has been given to you. You haven't lost everything. Don't believe that lie. You have not lost everything. If you have it, you have it. So use it. Use everything that you have available to you, because it is necessary and needed for your growth as you walk into your next. Hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to celebrate with y'all at the end of this journey, child. See y'all later. Bye.